Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series V's I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I actually had to do some research for these particular items, but we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That is not the case today. I actually got these items separately, but around the same time, like maybe a couple months ago. I ended up, if you watch the show, like I review all kinds of stuff. And the way that I'm able to do that for the most part is I just keep my eyes open, but I also try to go to like specialty stores and international shops and stuff. And so at some point along the way, I ended up at two separate international stores and I found a couple of things to review. But maybe only one thing? We'll find out together. What am I reviewing for you folks? What are we doing here? Why did I have to do research? That's because, folks, I'm reviewing, boom! It's two kinds of funky Fanta that aren't from the United States. One is Fanta Exotic, and the other is Fanta Tropical. Yes. So I've reviewed funky Fantas from other places, but I've never been in a situation like this where I think they're the same thing, but I don't know. First of all, let's get a thing for the thing here real quick. Let's see if we can get a thing for the thing. Looks like that. Ha 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 ha. And yeah, so I actually had to do some research to try to figure out what the fuck with these things. So as far as I can figure out, Fanta Exotic apparently comes from, it's Danish. And it says Kun Naturlig Aromar. I apologize to the fine people of Denmark. But apparently that translates to only natural aromas. So I'm guessing only natural ingredients, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, and then the other one, boy oh boy, was this one harder. Fanta Tropical, which comes with weird letters and I tried to look them up. Couldn't get anything, but from what I could find out, it appears like this particular Fanta comes from the Balkans. So, Serbia, Bosnia was another one that I came up with. Sure! I'm going to try them out, review them, and see if they're the same damn thing. Let's give it a go. First, we're going to try the Tropical because it's in my hand. Try out some Balkan Fanta. Smells very tropical. Let's give it a go. Ooh, that's tasty. That's tasty good. I like that. I'm definitely thinking that there's some mango in there. When I was doing a little bit of research, I tried not to look up what the flavor was supposed to be beyond it's like a tropical flavor. But yeah, so because I don't want to be too influenced by whatever I might have read. But yeah, I'm definitely getting sort of a mango-ish aspect to it, but it's definitely a blend of things. It's not just a mango Fanta, which I like. I'm a fan of that because I like mango to a point, but I definitely think it works best when it's blended with other tropical flavors. But you definitely do get a mango element to it, and it's probably the most prominent flavor, but there's other things sort of balancing it out. I actually really like this. I enjoy the carbonation level. Sometimes when you get sodas and stuff from other countries, just the way that they carbonate things is just different, or their preferences at least. But this seems to be similar to an American soda. That's really nice. It has a nice kind of vibrancy to it. There's no funky artificial aftertaste or anything. This is a really nice Fanta. This is one of those ones. Sometimes when I do these reviews, I'm left dumbfounded as why we don't get these here in America. I think this would be a great one to have over here. That's just, yeah. I'm not going to even try to specifically tell you what every single blend of the thing is. The main thing that I'm getting is mango, but there are other things. It has a nice kind of balance between a sweetness, a little bit of a tanginess, but it's a very nice, again, vibrant kind of drink. You know, I think it does a good job of sort of relaying that tropical aspect. That's really cool. Let's find out if Exotic is as cool or cooler or less cool. Again, the fine people of Denmark. That smells different. Yeah, I think this is going to be different. Let's give it a go. See, and it's got like a melon kind of thing, and then like, I don't know, some kind of a fruit. Like, let's give it a go. Very different. Definitely not the same product. Very similar can design. I mean, the coloration is nearly, well, it's a little bit different, but it's definitely very similar. I'm surprised that they would be so close in, like I would, I'm talking about Fanta as a global entity. I would think you'd want to make sure that your stuff is clearly distinguished, but I mean, it does have a little thing on it. I hate to say it, Denmark, I love you, I think. I don't have anything against you at the very least. Yeah, this is not as good as the Tropical. It's good, like it's not a bad soda, but like it's nowhere near as vibrant as the Fanta Tropical. Like Fanta Tropical is like a punch of delicious tropical flavors. It's really tasty. This is good, but it's a much more mellow drink. And that's not an inherently bad thing, mellow drinks can be great too. But putting them right next to one another, yeah. I'd honestly be kind of hard pressed to say exactly what sort of flavor this is. I mean, at least with the tropical, again, I was like, all right, it's got kind of a mango thing to it. This, it's hard to say. Part of me wants to say maybe melon because it does appear to have like a melon there. And melon tends to be like, like you get melon sodas from Japan. I've reviewed some. Go look those up. They tend to be a mellower kind of flavor. I mean, it looks, if I'm going off the thing, it looks like melon, maybe orange, and then like passion fruit maybe, which would be kind of interesting. And passion fruit's another one where like it has a unique flavor, but like it tends to be a little bit more muted than certain others. And also, I don't know, it kind of feels less carbonated. Like I was saying before, even the tropical, like I said, the tropical, you can taste the carbonation, feel it. It's got a nice little kick to it. This, they're still carbonated, but it's smoother. Yeah, I mean, there's things to like about both. Depends on your personal taste and what you're in the mood for. Between the two, I mean, the tropical, I think it really hits on the tropical aspect of things. I think it's nice. Like I said, I keep using the word vibrant. I'm going to keep using it because it really does just have like a really nice flavor to it. Immediately, as soon as I took that first drink, I was like, I want more of this. This is really tasty and good. I'm a very big fan. Whereas with, again, the Fanta Exotic, I like the idea of maybe what the flavor combination is supposed to be, but it just feels, again, very muted, like it's not a bad combination or anything. It doesn't have like any weird aftertaste or anything like the, it's just very mellow. Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly fair to consider it a direct comparison because they're not the same product. But strictly for preference sake, I think the tropical personally is way better. There's, again, nothing directly against the exotic, but like even if I'm comparing it against our more generic Fantas here that we have in the United States, like the orange, the grape, what have you, like one of the things I've always loved about Fanta is how explosive they are with their flavor. This just feels, again, I love the idea, but I just feel like, but then, different tastes, different countries and stuff. Maybe the Danish people just prefer more mellow Fanta. If that's the case, that's perfectly fine. Still good. But 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? I mean, it's a little bit of, kind of, with the tropical, I would get it again, and I would recommend it. I think that, especially, I'm going off a U.S. palette, I think this would be a great Fanta to have over here. I think that they could tag this one in, get rid of, and I hate to say this, but, maybe nudge out the berry. Berry Fanta isn't bad, but, I would much prefer to have this than berry. If I could have both, I'll take it. But I think for the tropical Fanta, absolutely. And again, I think it would be an easy sell for most American palates. I think the flavors are good. They're familiar, but they're blended really nicely in such a way that's not generic. Whereas with the Fanta Exotic, it's a little bit harder for me to kind of upsell on this one. Would I get it again? Maybe on occasion, but it wouldn't be like a go-to. Especially what with it being sort of an import product. I'm sure I probably paid a little bit of a premium on these. So, would I go over there and pay a premium again for it? No. But if I ran into it again, maybe on occasion, because I don't dislike it, and I appreciate that it has a uniqueness to it. But I want more, I want that oomph of flavor. Yeah, so for me personally, maybe on occasion, but it wouldn't be anything I would go to. And if I'm recommending it, it's kind of the same thing. I think if you have the opportunity to try it, absolutely try it. Your taste may, be completely different than mine. But, yeah, it's a hard one to go over there and say again, especially with it being an import thing. But to be fair, maybe you live in Denmark or, somewhere in Europe where maybe it wouldn't be like an import item or something like that. With that being the case, if I'm recommending it to you fine folks abroad, it's not a bad Fanta. I just personally think that there are other Fantas out there that I like more that are easier for me to go over there and say, yeah, that's a really good one. This one, it's kind of a middle of the road one. Nothing bad about it, but nothing that great. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of the month, spend a rest of your year. Folks, go over there, have yourselves a truly fantastic rest of your life, because, man, we just got Fanta left and right and up and down and all of our orifices. All of them. Even that one. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you can't do all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, this is one of those things where you could potentially help your good buddy Brandon, because I would love to know, please genuinely comment to this effect, have you ever tried these before? Are you from the country that they're from? Could you tell me anything more about the Serbian one or Bosnian one or anything? Because, again, I just don't know. But, yeah, I'd be really interested to kind of, your experiences with it and stuff. If you happen to be from Denmark and you see this, are you more into mellow drinks? Or, I don't know, what's your opinion on it? Yeah, because this is one of those things. And even if you're not from those countries, if you're just from the United States like myself, if you've ever had the opportunity, let me know what you think about them. If nothing else, do they seem interesting to you? Do you seem like something you would like to try? Anyway,